This is project video number 2, the serial transmit of temperature for Evan Walls and Jennifer Sparrow of the RTOS class. So here's our board that we have set up. We have a TMP36 temperature sensor attached to an Arduino on an analog port, as well as an LED that we are using to indicate when our temperature reading has stabilized. So we also have a little bit of serial output for this, which I'll show. The board's been running for a few seconds now. So if we scroll all the way over to the left, turn off auto scroll, the very first thing that it prints out is that it is attempting to stabilize itself, where it tries to take 10 temperature readings, and if those readings are within half a degree of its previous, or of its initial reading, then we consider it stabilized. If it finds a temperature reading outside of that range, it will restart until it gets 10 of the similar temperature readings in a row. After it's stabilized, the LED down here will turn to orange to indicate that it is stabilized, and then at that point it will begin performing temperature readings in the real project every 10 seconds, but for this demonstration I changed it to every 2 seconds to kind of speed things up. So I'm going to clear the display real quick and reset the board so you can see the temperature stabilization occur. So it first tries to read and it gets a 27.24. The next thing it reads it sees is outside that range. So it's trying to stabilize now, and it prints out everything it reads, and it has stabilized itself. LED has gone to orange, and then it's starting to read temperatures every 2 seconds. So if I take this ice pack here and I try and chill my fingers down so we can get some kind of different temperature reading while it's booting up. So let me reset the board. So I've got my fingers chilling on the ice. So it's attempting to stabilize. If I come down here and squeeze the temperature sensor, it should go outside the range. So we see that it went to unstable. And since my fingers are cold, it's continuing to fluctuate a little bit. If I remove my fingers, the temperature should start to even out a little bit. So it's going into its stabilization check. It's still going up, so it's not quite stabilized yet. Still fluctuating a bit. Okay. And we can see after a few minutes it finally hits stabilization and starts printing out temperatures. So the next thing we can do here is we see that it's printing a pretty stable temperature of about 24.22 degrees Celsius. If we throw it in this little mini fridge here, and we'll close the door, we can see that the temperature should start going down pretty quickly. So 23.24, 22.75, and we can see it's on a relative downward trend as the temperature sensor reads lower and lower temperatures the longer it's in the refrigerator. Okay. So turned off the auto scroll there, but let's scoot over and we can see the temperature is continuing to go down. Alright, and if we take it out of the refrigerator, turn the auto scroll back on so we can kind of keep track of it. So we're at 19.82, and as the next temperature comes in, 19.82, there's a 20.31, so we can see the temperature starting to go up. And a little bit of a consistent 20.31. So 20.31 is pretty close to the temperature I have in my room, so that may have leveled off right now. It may fluctuate a little bit in one direction or the other, but we're pretty close to where we expect it to be. So that's our project 2.